What's up, people? I'm ShadowEliteHD for thebuttonsmashers.com, and here's our review for Demon Gaze 2. As a guy coming from 2014's Demon Gaze, I was excited to play its sequel. I didn't have much hope for Demon Gaze 1 as I kinda bought it on impulse and pretty much thought I was going to leave it on the backlog of shame forever. After playing for a couple hours, I was hooked. I found myself liking the dungeon crawling and the challenge that Demon Gaze provided. Well, I say challenge because there is a good amount of BS going on with Demon Gaze 1's combat system. I have memories of me struggling not because I was under leveled, but because enemies would be on some crazy shit. Monsters can kidnap a party member, taking them away for a few turns, completely screwing over your party's dynamic. They can use attacks that screws up your formation of your party, putting magic nukes and healers on the front lines to get utterly destroyed. Some attacks can even KO your party members, leaving them knocked out for a turn. Monsters can call on more monsters for help that can potentially lead to a near endless amount of enemies being thrown at you. Enemies can also defend against your attack without warning or guarding at all. They can change their formations by going to the back of the line, putting their melee fighters out of reach. They're smart with that too. Enemy healers will stay in the back healing the rest of their party in the front while they cause damage to you, but they get healed up and then end up calling for more monsters to help. Yeah, I ran into some pretty hopeless situations in Demon Gaze 1, and that's all on top of enemies causing confusion, paralysis, poison, and other status ailments with their normal attacks. And it was all thrown at you pretty early in the game. Demon Gaze 1 does not hold your hand at all. And of course you just get some monsters and demons that are just flat out stronger than you and will shit on you. Literally. So why would I go back to Demon Gaze after all that? Why would I put myself through all that trouble again with the sequel, Demon Gaze 2? Why? Because I'm a glutton for punishment, that's why.
Oops. Wrong channel.
You are the Demon Gazer, a person with the power to capture demons and use them to fight alongside you in battle. You join the ranks of a ragtag group of revolutionaries who want to overthrow the main bad guy, Magnastar, who is using the city and sacrifices innocents to achieve his own personal goal. I would say it's a rather standard setup. Nothing really stands out about Demon Gaze 2's story except for the fact that they're using a sort of radio podcast to inform the city of Magnastar's evil deeds. Some of the important plot points are rather predictable. None of it is executed in a manner that will make it seem more than what it is, or even entertaining. As a matter of fact, this game has the audacity to throw the same plot twist point it had in the first game at you, and uses it here like it's fresh and new. Seriously, you have to be completely oblivious not to realize that one person helping you is not who they seem. With a rather subpar and predictable story, one would hope that the characters will come to save the day. Nope. They are not anything special or even fun to watch at all. They all fall under the usual tropes, and I usually wouldn't mind a trope or two if it's done in an entertaining manner. At the end of the day, Demon Gaze 2's story isn't really worth writing about. It takes a backseat to the gameplay and dungeon crawling, but hey, it's there. The soundtrack of Demon Gaze 2 is good, and it's even better if you like Vocaloid music. The Vocaloid IA lends her voice to most of the music in the game, and I gotta admit, I don't like Vocaloid music that much, but it is nice to hear. The voice acting is up to par, and each voice actor delivers their line with just the right amount of feeling so you can clearly see that they care about what's being said. No voices stand out as good nor bad, it's just fine. And if you want that Japanese experience, this game does have dual audio. Hell, you can even change the game text to Japanese for all you extremists out there, I guess. In the dungeons, the game is rather okay looking. I didn't expect much from the game's graphics coming from Demon Gaze 1, so there's really no surprise here. You'll be walking around in a maze-like dungeons from first-person perspective for most of your time spent in this game, and they all have their own unique theme, ranging from a nicely lit city to a deep underwater area with pirate skeletons and mermaids to a demon-infested castle. Ultimately, they look okay, but it's clear they didn't really improve much in this department from its predecessor. As far as the artwork goes, it fares a lot better. I like the game's general look and style with its character designs. In battle, you have 2D artwork for your enemies and it looks superb with a little bit of movement animation. The animation helped make the artwork almost come to life, and I was always interested to see what new enemies would pop up and how they would look with each new dungeon I visited. The gameplay is where Demon Gaze 2 shines, and frustrates depending on how you look at it. As you can see, this game is a rather traditional turn-based dungeon crawling RPG. You'll be going through each dungeon to find a demon circles to activate and then fight the boss at the end of the dungeon. Demon Gaze 2 lets you go at it with a party of 5 characters, you the Demon Gazer, and 4 other demons you acquire during the course of your journey. As soon as the game starts, you have the option to choose between good, neutral, and evil. Depending on what you choose affects what skills you learn and the demons you capture learn as well. Good will net you a build towards healing and defensive skills, neutral will give you a decent amount of attacking skills and healing skills, and evil will eventually give you the best offensive skills and magics in the game. Each demon you capture specializes in a certain area of combat. You have the regular melee fighters who can go out on the front line and attack, magic users who of course use magic to attack enemies at a distance, and a paladin who can tank attacks well. It's your job to best choose a party that gels together to get through the dungeons and boss battles, but however this game doesn't exactly feel balanced. I found myself sticking to 2 staple party members throughout the whole game, and I highly doubt anyone playing on a normal difficulty and up will go without using a paladin to tank attacks and 1 other magic user to cast Holy Shield to guard against the first round of enemies' attacks. Everything I said in the beginning of the video with some of the crazy stuff going on in Demon Gaze 1 applies here. But I guess at this point that's pretty much what charms people, the Demon Gaze. There are just moments of complete and utter BS. If you get ambushed, there's a good chance an enemy party will destroy you in the blink of an eye. Enemies can sometimes attack many times in a turn, and it's sometimes hard to determine what causes it. I did debuff the enemy speed and somewhat found a difference in frequency in their attacks, but often it was crazy when a boss would just spam multiple attacks at multiple party members, just killing them instantly. The key to winning in Demon Gaze 2 is to keep your gear upgraded and making sure you upgrade your demon stats as well. There are demon circles to utilize in dungeons to find more and better equipment. If you place a weapon gem or armor gem in these circles, you fight a random enemy, and after the battle it will reward you with the equipment with the gem you inserted. There are special gems that you can get to make stronger enemies appear or increase the amount of equipment you get from these circles. Also, you have the precious artifact gems. These will give you artifact equipment that will allow you to use useful and powerful skills on any character. The game doesn't give you many artifact gems, so you have to be really careful when you use them. It's best to couple them with gems that increase the number of equipment you get from demon circles so you can have a shot at getting really good ones. It's pretty much best to save scum if you're going to use artifact gems. Properly equipping the right ones on even one character can completely change the dynamic of the party for the better. I suggest trying to get /1 and /2 to deal with enemy mobs more easier, and later down the line Astro Force to have your frontline attackers hit from the back line. To upgrade your equipment, you need to break down your excess and useless equipment so you can gain ether from that weapon type or armor you break down. You can then use that ether to upgrade any weapon or armor 10 times to increase its stats. In order to upgrade your demons, you need to perform maintenance. This pretty much involves you playing a slight mini game in where you have to find the sweet spot on a demon's body to make their affection level go up. Upgrading your equipment and demons will keep your chances at winning high, but there are certain variables that can just throw you for a loop. But I suppose this is all part of the fun in Demon Gaze, trying to use your party to get through the challenging boss fights this game has, and I liked and enjoyed it for that. There are some translation issues with certain skills, and the DLC has issues which might result in you not being able to load your latest saved game. Unfortunately, the game does suffer from a noticeable glitch on the PS4 version. At the time of uploading this video, there is a glitch that will pretty much allow you to have infinite money. This glitch is not done in a way to exploit the game, such as going out of your way to trigger the glitch. After battles, you receive money, like in any normal RPG. But here, what's given is an absolutely absurd amount to a point where you just never have to worry about money. This glitch is not found in the Vita version of the game, so it's not purposely part of the game's design. You might be saying to yourself, if I had no choice but to have infinite money, why didn't I just have a complete full stock of items and run through the game easily? Yeah, I probably could have done that, but then I might as well be playing the game on the easiest difficulty. And to me, that's just no fun at all. I ultimately thought Demon Gaze 2 was pretty much an expansion of Demon Gaze 1. There is no need to play Demon Gaze 1 as this game's story stands by itself. There are characters from the first game that will appear here, but it's not like you absolutely need to know them in the first game to appreciate them here. I do miss the character customization for all your party members from Demon Gaze 1. You can change the look of your character and demons here, but the options are so limited they might as well just not include it in the game at all. It really does feel half-baked. If you really want to take a shot at Demon Gaze 2, just know it's no cakewalk. This is a rather tough game that doesn't hold your hand, and you will get slaughtered at times, almost to a point where you will want to put the game down, and it will go on your backlog forever. However, there are 4 difficulty options, so you can tailor make the experience to just how you want it, I guess. And that is all for my review of Demon Gaze 2. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and leave a comment below, and check out the Button Smashers site for more reviews.